This is my 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer, which I bought in the last episode for only $500 from the wreckers. And as you can pretty clearly tell, this thing is a bit worse for wear. It's been crashed. In the last episode, we took apart the whole front end and it revealed quite a bit of damage in the rad support, as you can see here. But in today's episode, we are going to be ratchet strapping the front of the car to this, and we're going to attempt to pull out this damaged rad support. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous to attempt to repair this Lancer myself, as I didn't have much success in the past trying to repair crashed cars. But nevertheless, this Lancer wasn't going to repair itself, so it was time to get to work. But first, we need to go to the wreckers so we can get some parts. And just like that, we're at Harvey Wreckers in Langwarrin. I have to say, this is probably one of my most favorite wreckers. Anyway, we need to find the Mitsubishi section. I looked on their website. Apparently they have 1 or 2 silver CEs, which is perfect. I am pretty annoyed right now. I'm in the Mitsubishi section and I see this silver Mirage. Mirages and Lancers have the same front end, basically. Oh, I see a silver bonnet. Nice. That's just fantastic, mate. So that's unusable. There's also another silver one down there, but the Rio and the bonnet's missing, so that's useless to me. And after a little more complaining, I found a very bright blue Lancer and got to work removing the parts that I needed. Alright, we've got all we need from Harvey's today. So we got our Rio, we got the bonnet latch in there, and we got our condenser. And the only thing else we need is a front bumper, a grille, which I'm going to go get now from a subscriber actually, and a bonnet. So obviously we couldn't find a bonnet at the wreckers, so I had to resort to the second best option, Facebook Marketplace. So I found this pristine silver CE Lancer bonnet, and obviously we have the parts that we got from the wreckers, and you might see a bonnet and a grille. Super nice guy. A massive shout out to you, Ryan, if you're watching this video. Thank you so much for the parts. So he ended up giving me this CE Lancer / Mirage front bumper, they're both the same, and a Series 2/3 grille, which is freaking amazing. Thank you so much to you, Ryan. But anyway, we can't use any of those parts unless we straighten out this rad support, so let's do that. It was finally time to get the Lancer into the garage and remove the final damaged piece off the car, the bonnet. I attempted to do it myself, but as you can see, it didn't go awfully well for me. So I enlisted the help of Father Pagan and we got it off. Now came the intimidating task of trying to pull out the damaged rad support. I was pretty nervous. Alright, look at that bonnet. Beautiful. Obviously, there is some panel gap aligning that we need to do. We just need to straighten the front end out on this car and we can worry about the visuals later. After I installed that sparkling new bonnet, it was time to put the bonnet latch on so we can see how far we needed to shift the rad support so that the bonnet could latch. Alright, so we got the new bonnet on and we got the new latch on, and as you can see, it is nowhere near aligned. So I definitely have my work cut out for me, which is okay. I mean, I signed up for this, so now we need to find my ratchet straps and something to attach the ratchet strap to and attempt to pull out the rad support. And that's exactly what I started to do. I moved the Prado into position, I retrieved my ratchet straps, and we set up both cars for business. Alright, we have the contraption set up. We got the Prado sitting right here, we got the Lancer sitting right there, and we have a ratchet strap attached to the tow bar and then to the rad support precisely where it got hit. There's a kink right there where it got hit. We'll just see how it goes. I'm excited but also nervous because I do really want this to work. Alright, I'm going to attempt to close the bonnet and see how close we are. It's actually not too far off. It needs to be pulled a little bit more. I've decided to move the strap over from here to here because this seems like a much easier spot to pull on, and there's a less likely chance that anything bad might happen. It definitely has shifted, which is really good to see. as you can see, we have a pretty even gap that runs along the radiator support, and if you guys remember what it used to look like, this was touching the radiator, so we've done a pretty good job here. Obviously it's never going to be perfect. I'm just happy that it's lined up now. The brand new bonnet closes with our new bonnet latch. We have our new condenser in and the radiator that was not affected at all beforehand. So now I'm going to put the headlights in, put the bumper on, the grille on, and we should have a complete car. Now I think I did a pretty good job pulling out the rad support, but I was still nervous to find out how all the front end parts were going to fit, because although it looks straight, doesn't necessarily mean that everything will line up. Alright, it is now the next day and this Lancer is very, very close to driving on the road. But before we do that, we need to make it look like a car again, because as you can see, it's got no front bumper, it's got no headlights, and it's got no coolant. So whilst everything is off, I'm going to bleed the coolant, then we're going to put the headlights in, then the bumper, and we're going to take it for a drive. So let's do it. Now that the coolant is all bled, the heat is hot, the engine is warm, thermostat is opened. We have no air bubbles as far as I'm aware. It's time to put the bumper on the car. But before we do that, I've just remembered something. Come with me. Since we're revealing a new car on the channel, it's only appropriate that we introduce some new stickers on the BuyLoadDad.com website. So here they are. We've got 3 new stickers available. They come in a couple of different colors. 4G9 tree, get it? Get it? Because 4G9. Anyway, I made a mistake in the last video. I said 4G1A. That doesn't exist. 4G93. Then we got the Shitsubishi as well with the Mitsubishi font as well. Made sure to do that. The Mitsubishi logo. And we've also got this one to keep in with the Buy Low Dad theme. We've got Eva home. Home. If you guys want to help out, go over to BuyLowDad.com and purchase a couple of stickers. It'll help out the channel massively. Let's get back to the video. So Lancers have an interesting bumper and front Rio design. What I figured out at the wreckers when I was there earlier in the video is that you're not supposed to separate the bumper from the Rio. You're supposed to just replace it as one. And what I tried to do was take the bumper off while the Rio was still connected to the car, and I ended up bending one of them, so I had to go to a different one, hence why it's blue. We're going to attach this to this and then literally bolt this straight into the car, and easy as that. So let's do that. After installing the Mitsubishi approved zip ties, I had to first install the headlights before putting the bumper on the car. But once that was done, I installed the bumper, bolted it in, and it looked mint. And the last piece of the puzzle, the grille. If that's not a transformation, I don't know what is. Honestly, I bought this car for $500. All the parts, everything that you see here was $160. This is the cheapest daily ever. And look at it. I've repaired this whole thing for $160. And you can't even tell that it's been in an accident. I mean, it's night and day compared to how it used to look. I am super happy with how this turned out. To think that only a couple weeks ago, this Lancer looked like it had one wheel in a junkyard, to now fully repaired and back to its former glory is crazy. And all it took was $160 and some hard work. And the only thing left to do now is take it for a spin, of course. Give you guys a cold start. Tough. Oh! And just to prove it to you guys, this thing actually has 351,680 kilometers. It's up there, but I think it was mainly highway Ks. But anyway, let's take this thing for a spin. So this right here just solidifies the fact that I bought this car completely crashed. It was honestly, I impulse bought this car. I don't need any more projects, as you guys know, but I impulse bought this thing because I'm thinking like, oh, you know, even if I'm not going to rebuild it, I'll just part it out and sell it. Seriously considering that after I saw the condition of this car. Because I'm like, oh, it's a $500 Lancer, like, is it really worth fixing? And I'm glad I did, because this thing drives really nice, like really nice. And it's gonna be my new daily. I'm gonna daily drive this thing. Obviously, I'm gonna modify it. I mean, I've gotta get some max ping rods, coilovers for it or something. Maybe put on some wheels. Anyway guys, I gotta say a massive thank you to everyone that watched this video and the last video. If you guys are interested in seeing more content on this car, leave some suggestions of what you want to see in the comments below, and I'll try my best to do them. But otherwise, EF content is resuming very shortly. I know it's been very highly anticipated, and you guys are making plenty of jokes in the comments. But it's coming back, don't worry, it's coming back. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.